and welcome to Savagely Delightful, a podcast exposing the schadenfreude nature in all of us. Each week, your co-hosts John and Christy will be coming at you with different stories of people making the kind of dumb mistakes that we all just love to hear about.
Hi everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Christy.
And welcome back to Savagely Delightful.
Episode 20.
Yeah. We are super excited to be back onto a normal schedule now.
Kind of.
Yeah,
As
somewhat.
we're recording the night before at 10 p.m. and...
Yeah, I just got done with a final for one of my classes. And we're cutting it real close to the wire, but we're still here.
We're getting there.
And Christy is now officially a Levesque.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, she finally got her name changed after our wedding, and things are permanent.
Yay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I mean, I'm obviously super thankful and happy that you're part of the family.
Oh,
but
thanks.
The rest of my family has talked to me privately, saying that they're all super happy.
They don't know
and
me.
Proud that you're part of the family. And they know you pretty well. I'm pretty sure they do, but you make a great addition, baby.
Thanks. I'm proud to be part of your family now, too.
We're pretty great.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard to spell our last name sometimes.
Oh, I went from the easiest last name to the hardest. I changed my email at work today to Levesque, and like a couple people stopped into my office and they're like, I just realized you changed your last name. How do you say that again? Like,
welcome to my life.
Right? I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell people multiple times and people are still gonna mess it up and nobody's gonna know how to spell it. And
yeah. I mean, I just went to a vitamin shop to get some protein powder, and I have a membership there, and as they were talking to me, they were like, how do you spell your last name? And I was like, every single time, I always say, how do you think it's spelled? Or how do you think it's pronounced? Because I just always like to hear people's thoughts, honestly. And he actually said it right the first time. It's always like a Levesque, and I was like, I'll take it.
yeah.
It's better than the Levicki, Levicki, and Guac that I've been called, but...
Guac. That one won't get me. No, that's just extra talking to strangers that I'm not down for.
Well, welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But also, we realized on the day that our previous episode dropped, we failed miserably. John and I both love Star Wars, and our last episode dropped on May the 4th.
Right?
And we completely were oblivious to it until the day of.
Look, we've been going through some shit,
Right.
okay?
Yeah, we have.
I think we get a pass this time.
It was one of those things I noticed and was like, oh, major opportunity missed.
So, May the 4th be with everyone.
Yeah, and on top of that, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
To all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope you've had a wonderful time.
Because we failed at that, too. So that's belated as well. But...
look.
Better late than never.
We've been trying, okay?
Right?
We're putting it out there.
Yeah. We'll get it back on track.
Eventually.
Right?
Give us a year or two.
Hopefully a week.
Yeah. You are quite ambitious, aren't you?
I do try. But I think that was all the updates I had. Do you have anything else?
Nope. Just one final down, 2 to go.
Cuckoo, ka-choo, my dude. You want to start us
to everyone
off,
else
then?
going through finals right now, I wish you good thinking, because one of my AP history teachers used to say, I will never tell you good luck, because that means you were not prepared. So now I wish you good thinking.
I like it.
Right?
Yep.
So I wish to everyone going through finals, good thinking.
Good thinking.
And if you didn't study, good luck.
Yeah. Good fucking luck.
Been there, done that. It sucks.
You want to start us off, though?
I am ready.
Okay.
So this story was submitted by Anonymous, which spooky every time.
Yep.
And they
Always
write...
gonna assume the worst. Love it.
He writes, this just happened last night. I honestly probably would have forgotten if not for the pain I just felt bearing weight on my foot. So you know how your body is supposed to be paralyzed while you sleep so you don't act out your dreams? Well, my body...
Ugh, I've never thought about it like that. I don't like that.
It's like, yeah.
Because it's almost
paralyzed.
like...
Paralyzed is a bad word for it.
Yeah, no, I know. But that's just like... I mean, you kind of are.
Yeah.
Like, it's not sleep
extent.
Paralysis to where you're, like, cognizant at the same time, but...
Even though I twist and turn in my sleep all night.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That's besides the point.
So they go on, well, my body has a hard time being paralyzed, and I find myself to be a frequent mover in my sleep. All of my exes have commented that I jerk around like crazy, and if I am ever fighting in my dreams, you better believe I'm throwing hands at the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Which, again, been there, done that. I've never been injured by this phenomena before today. I remember the dream pretty clearly that I was riding passenger on a four-wheeler with a girl I know, who suddenly jumped onto the front of the four-wheeler screaming, "Boar."
Okay.
Like the pig?
Yeah. Yeah, I know the pig. I'm just more concerned about the passenger. Is there passenger seats on four-wheelers?
Just the back seat. Unless you want to sit on the top, not the front, like the front.
So, what I would call riding bitch.
There you go.
Okay.
He continues, not wanting to take it sitting down, I stand up on the back of the four-wheeler, put my
As
right...
you do.
Yeah. Pull back my right foot for maximum puntage and send my foot into the corner of the windowsill, making the most awful thudding/cracking sound I've ever heard.
Ugh.
I was sleeping on my stomach, so the side of my foot hit the corner. I frantically grab my phone, try to use the screen light to see what's going on. I see a little piece of skin hanging off and some blood.
No!
Not bad enough for stitches, so I bit the pillow and fell asleep. He just goes right back out.
Hell?
Forgot all about it until I just woke up, scrolled through Reddit for a couple hours, and tried to stand on it. Foot is broken. Home casting it now. 3 weeks without pressure. Should be fine.
Oh my gosh.
This dude's wild. Like, okay.
That's one of our worst sleeping stories.
Right? So, this guy either doesn't have health insurance or he's prior service. That's the two things I'm getting out of this. Because I've never heard of a civilian taking that much self-sustained damage and just, like, shrugging it off.
I mean, any child of a nurse.
Really?
Will also.
My mom was a nurse.
Yeah.
Okay, no, actually,
were you dying?
Yeah, I was about to say that just drives your point home. Yeah.
Right?
Never mind.
Right?
So, yeah, that's true.
It expands to more than that, but...
Yeah, but whatever, like, whoever it is, this dude's a fucking badass.
Right?
Because, like, I've seen prior service people break bones before and, like, not say anything just because, like, they didn't want to get yelled at.
Fuck that noise.
Like, a bottle of water and some ibuprofen, rest a day, go back to work. Mm-mm. Yeah. But... whoever you are, you're one tough son of a bitch because you're like, it's alright, it's just broke.
I don't even know what to say to that because, like, there's no advice to give on, like, have better dreams. Like, what do you even say to that?
No, all you gotta say is, damn boy, like, you wild.
Put some restraints on? I don't know. Like,
about to get kinky during sleep.
No, like, that one show that I watched, The Prodigal Son.
Yeah.
He sleeps, like, fully, like, spread eagle, basically, because he has such bad dreams.
I mean, I have bad dreams, but I don't react like that. Damn.
Oh, he's thrown himself out a window before. It's a show, of course, but...
Of course, it's over-dramatized,
yeah.
But at the same time, damn.
Right.
Like, you got some problems there, some, like, subliminal shit you gotta work through.
Oh, he do. But, yeah, besides the point. So you ready for mine?
I am ready.
Okay, my first one is... submitted to us from an anonymous source too, and they say, my uncle is a canoeing instructor who helps young people with their D of E awards, so he is rather skilled with canoeing, kayaking, any outdoor sport really.
Are you going to explain what D of E is?
I am.
Okay,
that's going to be my next thing.
I was going to say, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I had no idea either. A D of E award, for anybody else that's clueless like me.
Department of Education.
That's a good one, actually.
Department of Environment.
Completely not.
It's...
You want to give another guess?
No, because I'm going to get banned.
Banned?
Some bad shit came to my...
From our own podcast.
Yes. Some weird shit came to my head, and I was like, better bite my tongue on that one. You can probably hear the hesitation in my voice.
Well, what it actually stands for is Duke of Edinburgh's.
Okay.
Right? Yep.
No comment.
Yep. And it's an award which is a youth award program founded in the UK, and it recognizes youth for completing a series of self-improvement modules. That's according to just my quick little Google search.
I was going to say, you probably didn't get too far into it.
Nope.
But is that like a state or a federal thing?
It's in the UK. That's about all I know.
Okay, that's fine.
So, I don't know.
I was going to say, if like our government gave out things just for like improving yourself, that's a lot more, what's the word? It's a lot more incentive. There you go. Like a little more incentive to try to do better.
Yeah.
Like the Pacer physical fitness in like high school.
Yeah.
Like as you get older, they're like, do what you want, which I get, free country and all. But that'd just be a nice little incentive.
Yeah. I had just never heard of it. So, that was one of those things that as soon as I saw it on here, I'm like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's wild.
But, okay, so their uncle is a canoeing instructor and all around just great outdoorsy dude, right? So, he continues and says, this time me and my younger sister decided to take a lesson on a local canal with him and his prized possession canoe. My younger sister went first since she had done it prior to today and was rather good. She had strong strokes and royal control of the boat at all times.
That's what she said.
When it came to my turn, it fucked up. I had learned all the strokes, but suddenly I had reached the other side of the canal, which was hard to reach, and where some geese were perching, probably nesting. Since I am not Steve Irwin, who could magically hypnotize dangerous animals into liking me, I panicked. My uncle had joked that they are killer geese and would attack me, so I needed to paddle away as fast as I physically could to the other side.
Hey, geese are not friendly.
Geese are assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Don't fuck with a goose.
Yeah. And they say, however, in such a state of panic, I had forgotten how to paddle away, so I fell in. Don't do that. It's really fucking cold. I hurriedly breaststroked to the other side where my uncle was and where my clothes were, and pulling them down and making it difficult to swim back. Once I had gotten to the other side, he bizarrely tried talking to me to try and calm me down before helping me out. Do I have to mention that there were other people watching too, possibly laughing?
I would have been.
Right? Moral of the story, don't canoe directly into a goose nest.
Yep. I'll take that to heart.
Yep. No, geese are terrible.
Yeah, fuck them.
Total assholes.
Plus, like, you and I have been kayaking quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, we've never had to deal with geese.
You can mess up pretty easily on a kayak.
Oh, yeah.
Or a canoe, either or, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
They're both topsy-turvy bitches.
Right. Yeah, no, they're fun, but one little slight movement in the wrong way and you'll be down instantly.
Was it you who lost a shoe last time we went?
Oh, I lost a whole pair.
Oh, yep.
We were canoeing, or not canoeing, we were kayaking in a group. And, like, it was my first time kayaking, but, like, I am not a super, like, prissy girl or anything. And so, like, and I like water and all that. So we're in a group, and there was another girl that was, like, pretty prissy. And you could tell that she was scared and just all around not having a great time. And that, like, came to a bend where, like, you can only fit one person at a time. And, like, she was coming straight at it at the same time that I was. And so I, like, tried to get out of her way so that she could go and not have to mess with it much. And, like, as I did, my kayak got sucked under a tree. And when it got sucked under the tree, everything in my kayak just went away, as well as myself.
Lost in the torrent.
Oh, yeah. It was...
Torrent. There you go.
Yeah. A super torrent.
Was that... Yeah. I mean, wasn't that when we were with Ian?
Yeah.
I mean, while we were there, we were pretty torrent because God.
I mean, I wasn't.
Well,
I felt that hard.
Bless his soul. He stayed. Was it you that stayed up, or was it him that stayed up and made all those Jello shots?
That was me.
I know you did it the second time, but did you do it the first time too? There was one time we went with Ian that he made all the Jello shots.
I don't know. It might have been that time.
I think it was that time. Yeah, the first time that we went, because it was with him and his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to name names.
Just saying, Ian and his brother. Yeah. But yeah, it was him because they had explained all the flavors to us. Yeah, if you ever go kayaking, just take a whole bunch of Jello shots, throw it behind your seat.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Just take some Jello shots on the way down, throw it in your little plastic baggie so you don't litter, and then have a great time, unless you lose everything.
Yeah, unless you lose everything, and then if you do, you just pick back up the little plastic things as you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you ready?
I am.
All right. So this is my second story, also submitted by Anonymous.
Dang.
And they write, I work as a cashier at a big grocery store chain in the southern U.S. Last night,
Publix.
What?
Calling it now, it's Publix.
They don't say.
Okay. That's my guess.
If this is
I'm probably totally
tell
wrong.
us if it's Publix.
Right.
We'll give you some merch that we don't have yet.
Right? Don't promise things we don't have.
We're working on it.
That's just signing us up for more work that we don't have time for right now.
But we will. I really do want to get some merch, though.
Yeah, we do. Eventually.
Okay, so they say, last night I was cashiering in the express lane, and my customer, a dude in his mid-20s to early 30s, was asking me if we were hiring. I told him that we weren't, but we were always accepting applications since the applications are online. Which is kind of a shitty way to say, like, nah.
How is that shitty?
Like, are you hiring? No, but send in an application and waste your time.
I mean, it's not wasting your time. You're still shooting your shot.
I get
You
that.
lose all the shots you don't take.
True. He asked me where online to find the applications. I've been working at my store since the summer of 2019, so I forgot where the applications are. I placed my phone down on the register so that way I can type out the website, and I forgot whether it was a public site or a company site, so I tried the public site first. Now, this man is maybe around 6'2", and I'm 5'8", so he has the better height advantage and could have seen my phone at a better angle. I'm under pressure now as I'm entering the website domain as my line is starting to back up. All this takes place within about a minute or two. Under the pressure, I forgot a crucial letter. I entered the website in the non-existent domain. However, on said domain was porn ad after porn ad. Oh. I'm glad my volume was off because these were the types of ads that really let you know they were there.
Oh my gosh.
I can just assume it's just the really high pitched voice.
Moaning.
Yeah. I don't know if the customer saw it, but I quickly turned my phone off, put it in my apron, printed out his receipt, told him to check either with the company site or the public site, and bid him adieu.
Just fucking Google it, dude.
Yeah. I told my coworkers about this, and all of them had a good laugh. By far, it's the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he probably wants to work there even more now.
Right? He's like, this is your company website?
I mean, sex sells.
Oh God, yeah.
And they should probably even promote you to recruiting services. Plus, if that ever happened to me, I would just be hysterically laughing the entire time.
Right. That's just a story to tell.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, as a customer, I would just be like, damn, this place is hilarious.
Right.
I'd want to work there no matter what. I would not be able to stop laughing. But on the flip side, I would be mortified if I was them.
Oh, yeah.
It's if you had accidentally shown a porn site to a customer. Oh man, I used to work in retail, and if that ever happened to me back then, I would just stand in the corner with my nose in it until my shift was done.
Yeah.
I'd be nope, I'm done. Sorry, I'm leaving. I won't be able to talk to anyone.
Right. No, totally. Okay, you ready for my next story?
I am. I
am actually going to switch my stories up now, because my third story kind of goes along with that story a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch it up, okay?
But call an audible.
What?
Call an audible.
Call him audible?
Call an audible.
Call in audible.
Yeah. Like, you know, on line of scrimmage, football, and, like, you notice the defense is in a certain formation, so you change the play right then and there.
Okay.
Calling an audible.
Yeah, I didn't play football. But yeah.
You watch more football than I do.
I watch football, but they don't talk those terms. Okay. At least not when I'm paying attention. Okay. So, my second story, which on my notes says story 3, but it's not.
It says audible.
You're going to start confusing me. Okay, this is by Fajita John.
Damn, what a cool name.
And this is not our John, but Fajita John.
I'm more like a Taco John. I'm a taco slut. Love that shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, Fajita John says, for a little context, this happened about 15 years ago. My parents and my 3 older sisters fled the communist Romania in 1989 and had a pretty hard time starting a new life in Austria. Nope, no kangaroos here.
Jesus Christ.
Which, like, wow, right?
Yeah,
We're
damn.
starting off strong. And I know basically nothing about either of these places, so I have literally 0 comment to make.
Yep.
No notes, but hope you are doing well as your family and happy and healthy. So, anyways, they say 2 years later, I was born, and another 2 years later, my younger sister was born. Fast forward 10 years, my 3 older sisters had all moved out, and I was still sharing a room with my younger sister. I've always been an introvert, so my hobbies were not sports or friends, but rather gaming on old faked systems calling themselves Sega Entertainment System or the likes.
That's funny.
I would get for very cheap on any Romanian market. None of my classmates had ever seen something like that, but rather boast about their computers, their internet, and God knows what. So suddenly, all I'd ever wanted in my entire life was a PC with internet.
Same. Just got it finally after 24 years.
I don't know anymore how. Probably I said I needed it badly for school or something. God forgive me, I was such a good boy. I'd seriously never lied to my parents. That's why they had believed anything that I had said to them. So why wouldn't they believe that I needed a PC for school? And despite the money trouble they had, they somehow managed to buy me a PC.
Aw.
Right?
Super good parents.
Parents love, yeah. They probably suffered so much on the back end, but they're not going to let you see that.
Yep.
But they say, so me, having a new PC now, what should I do with it? I played Solitaire, that flipper game, and Paint. Which I totally played.
Golden.
Right?
Yeah.
I totally played Paint, too. You, like, scribble all around.
Yep.
And make all kinds of scribbles, and then use, like, that fill background button, and just, like, color in certain sections, and just color the whole thing.
Don't forget Minesweeper.
Right? Straight up masterpieces.
I loved Minesweeper. I mastered that game.
Minesweeper is a good one. I had no clue how to play it when I was little, and it would just piss me off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But nowadays, now that I actually understand Minesweeper,
yeah,
so fun.
Yep.
Okay. So they say, way to go, Johnny, you've just cost your parents a lot of money. Fortunately, my father had also found out about Solitaire on the PC and played it a lot. He was a bricklayer at that time, but was so obsessed with that game that he'd sit in front of the PC for a few hours, even though he'd been devastated from work. But it made me feel better to see him also having fun with the PC.
Good.
But that's where the real fun started. Now, my classmates knew I had a PC as well, so they started sharing the things they do a little more. Dude, Emule, BearShare, LimeWire is so cool.
LimeWire.
You can get this and that, and it's for free.
The quickest thing to crash your computer.
Right?
Free music, but you can't use it for long.
Nice, I thought. Now I can finally, quote unquote, save some money on things I never would have bought in the first place. To justify the buy of a new PC. So I started downloading a shitload of music.
Yo.
Linkin Park, Nickelback, Eminem, everything.
Oh man, you're hitting too close to home.
Right? The good stuff. After I'd probably infected my PC with every internet STD there was at that time.
Immediately.
I switched apps and went on to downloading movies.
Jeez.
So here's...
What, Pirate Bay?
Right? That's what I used. So here's where the real story begins.
What?
Right?
Jesus.
Oh, we're not done.
Oh,
With
man.
the cheapest internet there was, and not knowing what file size or anything else meant back then, I put the new 50-cent movie everyone was talking about at the time, Get Rich or Die Trying, into my download queue.
Never seen it.
I don't think I have either, actually.
Interesting.
Right? But he says 2 days, but why does it take so long to download? I don't care. I want that movie, I thought, and let the PC run overnight. So 2 days later, Bear Share's still running in the background. My father is playing again the solitaire after work. Me on the couch we had in the room, and suddenly hear the Bear Share notification, download finished. My father was a little shocked since he'd never heard or seen any quote-unquote notification from a PC before, turns around and says, "Can I put this window away?" He said in such a manner for me to know that he has no nerves for any interruption right now because he'd been battling that particular game for a little time now and finally wants to finish it. Me, on the other side, don't really care that my dad wants to finish that game because I'm so hyped that my movie finally finished.
Yeah.
I jump up from the couch, push my dad aside a little, stealing his mouse out of his hand and saying, "This will only take a few seconds. Let me check up something," while proceeding into the download folder. At this point, it's important to know I do not, for the love of God, remember why or what I wanted to check up on that file that couldn't wait until my father had left the room. So, having arrived in the download folder, I double-click the file. It opens. Black screen. FBI warning. This content is copyrighted. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I want to see my old boy 50 Cent.
Yeah, we've all seen that. You wouldn't download a car, you wouldn't download a house, but you wouldn't download a movie, whatever.
Yeah. So, click into the time bar at about half the movie. My heart drops into my pants. I had fast-forwarded into a close-up of a massive, at least that's how I remember it, penis being rubbed by a woman.
You downloaded the wrong movie, boy.
The shock was so strong that I needed a few seconds to let my ghost back into my body. My dad just sat there beside me, silent. Me, finally back to my senses, closes the window, deletes the file, lets go of the mouse, turns around, avoiding any possible eye contact, leaves the room. On my way out, furiously talking to myself so my dad couldn't hear me. Those motherfuckers tricking people into downloading porn. How could they? Don't they know children are on the internet too? I tried to avoid my dad for the rest of the week. We never talked about it though, but it's funny. It's a funny story to tell friends. I hope you had a good laugh too.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Right?
That damn. Just imagine like the dad thinking that you waited 2 days to watch some porn.
Right? They're like, what is on this file that you're so excited about? And they're like, oh, yep. I get it.
Teenage boy,
right.
Internet, I get you.
Right. Like, but why did you have to open it in front of me?
Yeah. I wish I could have seen the movie. So like,
the 50 Cent or the porn one?
No. The 50 Cent one. Because you don't know if like, I don't know, it's
it
like
was an actual scene.
a small part of like the actual movie or something. Because if it was, that would be funny. I mean,
the
it's still
look
funny.
Of the draw.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn, you really just kind of fucked yourself on that.
Right. No, but I would download stuff all the time too. I used Pirate Bay like we had just said. And there were so many times that I would be downloading like my new favorite song, but it would turn out to be like some random person that's like trying to make a name for themselves.
Yep.
Which like, I get the hustle, but that was so annoying at the time.
Oh yeah.
You like spend all this time downloading the perfect song and then it starts to play and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yep. Back in, I think it was like 2011, 2012, we had a house computer over at my mom's, and my sister downloaded LimeWire, wrecked the whole thing.
I feel like that would have had to have been before 2011.
That was like the end of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, she went through, downloaded all these cool new songs, burned them onto a disc because that's what we were still doing.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, wrecked the whole tower, and my mom had to go take it in and get it fixed, that kind of thing. I mean, we probably wrecked that computer 3 times.
Gosh.
We should get it fixed every time. Being an adult now with my own PC that I built, I'd be fucking furious.
Right. No, we got lucky too because I had learned about Pirate Bay from my cousin's husband, who is super good with computers.
Is that Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he had basically taught us the do's and don'ts of it.
Nice.
So like anytime that we would see something that we knew was don't, like we'd shy away from that. But like if it was something that was like minorly sketchy, then he'd be able to fix it for us and stuff. But yeah, still illegal. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
We don't condone that behavior.
Don't take money from big corporations.
What?
You ready for my final story?
I am.
All right. So this was submitted by DrillSargee with 3 E's, not 3 R's. So I don't know why I said it like that.
Sargee.
Sargee. So he writes. Bless it. So he writes, I was at the mall with my girlfriend and one of her friends. We decided to head down to the food court to get a bite to eat, and I decided on some sushi.
Nom.
Right? As I'm happily munching on the food, I notice a glob of what looks like guacamole on my dish, and all registers in my mind is, oh sweet, I love avocado.
Very different with Chinese or Japanese food and Mexican food. I'm excited. Where are we going?
In parentheses, this is going exactly where you think it is.
Oh, yep, figured.
Now, I have absolutely no idea why, after ordering Japanese food, my brain would think anything even remotely related to Mexican cuisine
Yep.
would end up on my plate. Maybe I was just hungry, maybe I was just dumb. Likely, it was a bit of both.
Super cross culture. You're like, fuck yeah, sushi and guac, best of both worlds.
Is this a continental lunch?
Right.
So he writes, it was only after I had swallowed the green glob on my plate that I realized my fatal error. I had already finished my drink, so I was frantically looking around for anything that might ease the inferno currently burning in my mouth and throat.
Yep.
Yeah. I looked to my girlfriend, who realizes what exactly I had done, and she's laughing so hard.
Oh, I'd
she
be
has
cracking up,
tears in
too.
her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Her friend is just sitting there, mouth agape. My girlfriend controls her laughing long enough to offer me her caramel frappe she just got from McDonald's. It was gone in about 5 seconds. With the pain lessened, I regained some ability to think clearly, and as I see the lady who took my order behind the counter, trying, but failing, not to laugh at the situation.
Oh, yeah.
All I can do is laugh cry as I head to the McDonald's in the food court to get another shake for myself and a new frappe for my still laughing girlfriend.
Oh, my gosh.
You poor son of a bitch.
Right. But, like, what a brain fart.
Right, yeah. I think anyone who's, like, dabbled in sushi has made that mistake because, like, you know, Christy and I, we get it quite often. And I actually really enjoy wasabi. In
Sparingly.
small amounts, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go to enough places, you start to notice the difference in spiciness in the wasabis. And there are some wasabi balls out there that like aren't spicy at all, and you can throw the whole thing down the hatch.
Yeah.
Or like spread it, you know, generously on all the different rolls and stuff. But there are some that will tear you up from the floor up.
Oh, yeah.
Like it will wreck your shit, son. and I'll admit, I've made many of wrong decisions eating them.
Right. Yeah, especially when it varies so much that you don't know.
Plus, like, that level of spiciness is so bad that, you try ketchup, you try salt, you try the milk, but you're sitting there just, like, with your tongue hanging out of your mouth and just drooling down your shirt. Like, I guess I'll just wait this out for now.
Yeah, there's not much you can do at that point.
No, but come on, man. You got sushi.
Right. His brain was just not in it.
Other than the sushi, there's always 3 things that come with it. The wasabi, the ginger, and the soy sauce.
Yep.
Every single time. Get your shit together.
Get your shit. Well, he'll think about it next time.
Right? He won't forget.
Right? Okay, so my last story is to us from Mike.
What's up, Mike?
And Mike says, okay, so firstly, let me say this wasn't a today thing and actually happened about 15 years ago when I was a teenager.
Well, already then.
But the story came up again today and I thought it was funny enough to share. My buddy Chris and I were over at our friend Anthony's house hanging out. For whatever reason, we decided to have ourselves a little barbecue. Chris, Anthony, and I were all very different people from very different lifestyles and very different upbringings. Chris was a good kid, a smart kid, never got into any trouble, raised a devout Christian, went to school, and quoted scripture. He's actually quite literally a rocket scientist now. Which, like, go get it, boy.
Yeah, cool.
Damn.
Awesome, man.
Anthony was an oddball. A something degree black belt in some form of kick your ass fighting style.
I like it.
He quite literally put me to shame once when I attacked him full on and he blocked every hit like he was swatting away a foul odor from his face.
Nice.
He was also a huge nerd who played a lot of Star Wars miniatures and Magic the Gathering, was kind of straight, then full gay, then bi, then back to straight again, and was extremely wealthy. He's figuring himself out.
Yeah, good for him.
Right?
Go for it.
Okay, so he says his dad owned a machine shop and had several contracts with local factories that made parts for anything from yacht engine parts to levers inside of pinball machines. As for myself, I was more interested in girls. I was always chasing a new girl, letting my teenage male hormones drive my decisions, and getting into stupid and dangerous situations and driving my mother insane because of it.
Welcome to the majority of teenagers.
I was also heavily involved in Civil Air Patrol, like an Air Force JROTC thing, and was planning on joining the military as soon as I could. Joined at 17, still in service today, 14 years later. Somehow, though, despite all of our differences, we were the best of friends. So one day, we're at Anthony's house, the rich one, which I love that distinction, by the way, because that helps so much.
Yeah.
So, we're at the rich friend's house, and his dad had just bought a brand new massive electric start gas grill. That thing had knobs and switches for days. His dad brought us some burger meats and bacon, as well as all the fixings to go with it, and left us to it.
Okay, but I've seen some, like, real nice grills lately. Mm-hmm. And there are some that, like, have an app that go with it that you can start the grill from the app. And
that would be so crazy.
Control the exact temperature on the app, too. And, like...
I mean, I'm not surprised by it at all, but...
Super nice.
Right?
Don't need it, but that would be dope.
Right? I'm like, I do love grilling. Okay. He says, we all looked at each other, hoping that one of us had the experience of grilling. Well, Anthony was spoiled and rich and never cooked a thing outside of a microwave. Chris always had his dad and older brother to cook, and my dad was in Afghanistan most of my teenage life, so I never got to have those kinds of dad teaching times. So there we are, 3 dumbass kids with no idea what we're doing, but god damn it if we weren't determined to have some burgers.
There you go. That's a great mindset to have.
Yeah, so we get to work on this monstrosity, turning knobs and switches and pushing buttons and turning dials. They were labeled with mostly just numbers and a little illustration and bigger fire or bigger smoke or smaller smoke, things like that.
Look,
Nothing
you got a rocket scientist on your side.
You can figure it out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this is when they're teenagers.
Okay.
So he says, nothing too obvious that said something like gas on knob or fire making button.
Yeah.
We were kids, so cut me some slack. Anyways, here we are clicking around buttons and knobs, and at some point I turned the gas knob to its highest setting and left it on. Meanwhile, we're opening and closing the lid looking for an ignition button or something. Now backtrack a little. There was a light button on the front, but there was also a literal light inside of the lid of the grill, so we thought this was for the actual light itself. Keep that in mind for this next part. So, as I said, I turned the gas on high, and then we closed the lid as we inspected it for the button to make fire happen. Chris opens the lid and peers inside the grill for some sort of switch or something on the inside. As he's in there, he smells the overwhelming amount of gas that has now built up and turns to me to say, "You idiot, you left the gas."
Bye-bye eyebrows.
But just as he was finishing that sentence, Anthony pushes the light button. Boom! That whole grill ignites, and a small fireball bursts around the area, with my buddy's head still inside the grill. Chris stumbles back a bit, and we're all taken aback by this massive fireball and our friend's head emerging from it. He looks at us with his mouth agape, and after assessing that he wasn't actually injured, we both busted out laughing at the fact that Chris had an eyebrow missing, singed eyelashes, and half his hair crisped up on one side.
Yup.
Though this could have been much worse, the fact that nobody had to go to the hospital was great news.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, like, for real, that is incredible that it wasn't so much worse than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, being a boy teenager with crazy amount of, like, hormones and shit going through you, I set plenty of shit on fire. Oh, yeah. And I lost my eyebrows multiple times.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I set my best friend Tanner on fire once.
Yeah.
From Axe body spray and a lighter.
From being a boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, burned down a Christmas tree one year. Like, it's just shit you do.
Right. But, yeah, and especially if it, like, got to the gas itself or, like, the LP tank or, like, whatever, then... and it, like, blown up, it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, definitely.
So they are super lucky that it wasn't. But, like, we've all had a missing eyebrow or two. So, yeah. You know.
And that one guy's like, I'm going to be a rocket scientist.
Yeah. He's like, I should really figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Like,
if I actually
lesson learned.
If I put this into a cone, it could make propulsion. Yeah.
Right.
It's good for him.
Right. But, yeah, so... that's hilarious. Don't do that anymore. Learn how to turn on a grill.
But if you have done that, send us those stories and we'd be more than happy to talk about them.
Right, for sure. Yeah, you can send your stories to savagelydelightful@gmail.com.
And pretty much all the other handles are on the outro.
Yep. If you want to show your support and help support us through Patreon, then that is also on the outro. And we would super appreciate that as well.
Yep.
So until next time.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
So, you may have made a mistake today, but at least you didn't mess up as badly as the people we discussed. And if you did, we'd love to hear about it, and we may even feature your story on an upcoming episode. You can find us online at www.savagelydelightful.buzzsprout.com, on Twitter at savage_delight, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at savagelydelightful. If you like what you heard today and want to show your support, please consider donating to us on Patreon at patreon.com/savagelydelightful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episode releases, and please consider leaving a review so it's easier for others to find our podcast.